Hello, I hope you're doing really well. I had a message that really wants to come through. I've got Telos here, Telos Australia. I'll have to share some information with you about Telos soon. But yes, I have a really important message that wants to come through, and I have no idea really what's going to come through. So I'm just going to ask the Divine Mothers to channel through me what it is. All I've heard is divine union, twin flames, that sort of thing. There's so much talk about it in the spiritual space. So, to be honest with you, I don't even know that much about it, so I'm not too sure why I'm speaking into this actual topic. However, I have clients that are on a twin flame journey, and so I guess I know enough. Anyhow, let's see what wants to come through. Okay, connecting to my higher self, connecting to Mother Earth's crystalline grid, connecting to God's source, our Creator. All right. What would like to come through for the Divine Flame Collective? This is a very big collective. It's much bigger than what you think. Actually, it's much, much bigger. Some people liken it to the 144 and they think there's 144,000. However, it is much, much bigger than that. It is, in fact, everyone here on planet Earth has a twin flame. And let that sink in, because Anne-Marie's human does not comprehend that. But yes, you all have a twin flame here on Earth. This is what everybody has, a divine union. However, to get to this important introduction with one another, you must do the inner work. So essentially, you have all come here to do a lot of karmic clearing, ancestral clearing, for yourself, basically on a DNA level. However, also for your family, your lineages. So a lot of you are what you would associate as black sheep or rainbow sheep. You felt like the sore thumb of the family. Like you felt like you stuck out, and you were there for a reason. However, what we want to say to you is that for every karmic relationship that you have been in, it has served a very important purpose to be in that relationship, and some of you, there's quite a few, you've had a soul contract for quite a few of these contracts and these relationships. They do, once you clear these relationships, they get you to the next stage, and they get you closer and closer to the divine union within, and then the divine union without. So that is with another person on this planet. So as you cleanse and clear and do all the karmic healing on the inside, you make room. There's so much information wanting to come through here. Okay, so we've got the emotional level, we have the spiritual level. There's so much clearing that's going on with your karmic patterns. So to balance the divine feminine and masculine within is what we're looking at. We need to come back into a balance. It's really out of harmony. As you can see with the collective, it is very much more steered towards the masculine. We've been in a very masculine society, and what's being asked of us as of a few years, well, it's really, this has been changing since 2012. Slowly, as Earth is ascending now, 2021 was another big pivotal moment, and again this year, 2026, got a massive turning point. So this is where a lot of you have done a lot of the inner work. There's still a lot of people that are still on their path. However, there is a big collective that have done a big clearing. And the clearing is so important because it brings everything back to the divine feminine and masculine balance. And that's why the human body on a DNA level has to experience everything that was unjust and was out of alignment in order for you to bring it back into alignment. With everything that you do in terms of quantum healing, you have to see it, feel it, and then heal it. And this is what's happening even with all the karmic cycles that you've done as well. You've actually had to see them. You've had to really feel it and experience it. And this is not, please don't look at it as bad or good. It is part of evolution. It is what you came here to do. It is an experience. So, some of your contracts have been very, very long, and some of your relationships have been very, very long. And, they all serve a very important purpose, because once you come back into alignment with yourself, into authenticity with yourself, into learning to set the boundaries for self and actually really embrace the divine masculine and feminine within, that is when you come back into balance. So coming into balance with with the masculine is all about the protector, it's the container, it's the one that fights for another. However, it has to be done on a loving level. It can't be toxic, and which has been done in the past. And then the feminine has to come into her flow, and she has to be super comfortable with that flow and be available to be intuitive and to receive the messages. Now, this is within every single body. This is the thing. Every single human being has these energies, masculine and feminine. So that the aim is to balance the masculine with the feminine. Be there as a protector, not a controller, but a very, very solid protector for your inner intuitive to come through. And a lot of you probably know yourselves until you've actually cleared a lot of wounding and trauma around being seen. So you're going to need your masculine there on board with you if you want to be if you want to bring forth your divine feminine. The masculine has to be there. And the more work that you do on yourself, and the more love you can give to yourself, and the more harmonic resonance you can put into your body, then you become very, very aligned and very, very open to your divine counterpart. And every single person has a divine counterpart. So even the karmic connection that you have endured, they too have a divine counterpart, because you were their karmic and they were your karmic. And that was the soul contract, was that you both had to experience a certain level of, some would call it traumatic experiences. You're clearing toxicity, you're clearing density. These are clearings that you're doing not only in your body, but you're actually doing it for your ancestral line. It's massive. So, don't get angry at your karmic connection, because your karmic connection and you in the higher dimensions, you actually signed up to do this together. And so by doing it together, the whole idea was to trigger you both into coming back into your power. And then by coming into your power, then you become your authentic self, and you're open then for your beautiful divine counterpart. And once everybody does this, love exists, unconditional love exists again on this planet. Every single person, once they do this and they connect with a divine counterpart that's in the same resonance as them, and come back into unconditional love and sacred union, sacred sex, sacred everything, you anchor in the Christ consciousness codes that you came here to anchor. And they're beautiful codes, and this is part of your soul journey. You'd never get to this point if you hadn't gone through your karmic relationships, your karmic connections. They were all there to serve as a catalyst, as a trigger, to get you to where you are now. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You and all your karmics had to do the same thing. You were triggering them, they're triggering you. You were both each other's karmics. So that you can come into the divine soul resonance of your true counterpart, your true soul mate. So I hope you enjoyed that. It took me a little bit by surprise, I have to be honest. It was very different. I will speak more into I personally, on a human level, I do have a lot more to say about divine unions. I do have a lot more, if I'm honest. So actually, I will share that, but I don't feel compelled, or I don't feel like I should share it all just yet. But I do feel that one day I will share more, and I hope that it will help the other collectives as they rise into their into meeting the divine union within and then without as well. So I will share more. I was a little bit taken back, if I'm honest, a little bit surprised that I even had to speak into it today. However, the divine mothers, when they speak and they want something to come through, I am there for them. I'm here for God. So I hope this message served you well. And I just wanted to mention with Telos, I will be doing starting an Ascension school very, very soon. I think this is really important, and we'll be reading the Telos books that were written by Aurelia Louise Jones, among other Ascension books and tools. So I would just read this for you. You seek to leave your physical incarnation and to ascend to another realm, where the travails of physicality will not assail you. And yet we say to you with all certainty that you need to transcend, all you need to transcend is the separation that you feel resides within the physical body, that you have ceased to love. Wow, so I just opened that today, so that makes a lot of sense. That all you need to transcend is the separation that you feel resides within the physical body, that you have ceased to love. So it actually sort of ties in with what I was mentioning, is that any separation between the divine masculine and feminine, you've got to love on everything. You've got to love brings back, love heals everything. And even the shadow aspects of self, you've got to love on them. All the past decisions that you're embarrassed about, love on them. Love on it all, because you know what? It all serves a really important purpose. All of it. It all serves a purpose. And we came here for this. And remember that a lot of it is an illusion. This whole separation is an illusion. And just come back to love, guys. That's what it is. You know, I even see some people, I saw some people on the weekend, they had just come from church. And, you know me, like my church is nature is my church. And I was really sad to see that they were not inspired and that they were really downtrodden after coming from church. So I do feel like there's so much separation out there, and really love is what really wants to come back. And it's this unconditional love for self, you know. Like seriously, you've got to love yourself completely and utterly and unconditionally. And I mean, even today for me, you know, it wasn't the best day. And as you can see, I'm totally dressed down, totally casual as. I just washed my hair. I haven't blow dried it or anything. But I just thought, no, I need to get on here and give you this message. So, you know, I've got to get to a point of just loving all aspects of myself, even when it's, when I don't feel 100%. So, I hope this message served you well, and I will talk to you really soon. I'll talk to you. Hopefully I'll have a bit more of an inspiring, and I'll be a bit more upbeat tomorrow. Today was a bit of a frustrating day. I'm not too sure if you felt that too. There's a lot of frustration maybe in the collective, I'm thinking, you know, there's a lot of anger on the weekend, I felt as well, actually. As we're ascending, we're noticing things in the world, so we're going to get frustrated and angry. Come back to love. Come back to love. Be that anchor for love. Be that anchor for unconditional love. And if you're needing something to bring you back to love, go hug a tree. Go find a dog or a cat and give them a little cuddle and a hug. And or whoever's in your household, give them a hug. Ask them for a hug. You know, I don't think we can have enough hugs. Thankfully, both my boys are very used to my hugs, and they're very willing to give me a hug, and they always will. They're always very good. I try not to be forceful about it, but they seem to always be very, very happy to receive the hug. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that, because I love their hugs so much, and I live for their hugs. And yeah, hugs are important. And a friend of mine once said that a hug, I think he said it was about, I think he said 20-second hug was enough to really reset the body, the nervous system, and bring the endorphins back into a lovely level, and or your serotonin level, something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was yeah. If you can try and extend that hug to 12 seconds or 20. I'm not good at definitives or facts, but yeah, something along that lines. More than just a quick hug, I think, is always really nice. So yeah, sending you a big what's the word? A big virtual hug right now, and sending you lots and lots of love. Let me do one more. Let's see what wants to come through. There's one more thing. We bless you, love you, and keep you always in our hearts. Look for us in your awareness, for we are also you. And that was the last part of that chapter. Protocols of the Fifth Dimension from the Telos book. But I'll be talking about Telos very soon. Here, I'll just give you one more just to close out on. Once you evolve your consciousness into a state of immortality, you will find that all happens effortlessly. You will find that moving on in years only makes you wiser, more mature, and stronger. And that came from Adama, the high priest of Telos. So on that note, I'm going to head off. I'm going to give my dog a walk. I'm going to give him a cuddle and a walk. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Sending you lots of love. Bye.